Well, here we are again. Stuck up the end of a river system in the Kimberleys and we're out of water. This water down here, this dirty water is actually fresh. I need a drink, so what I have to do is get out through this mud, get up there and get myself a drink of fresh water because this boat's going to be here for about 6 hours. So here we go. Oh! Come on, Bun. Come on. Come on. Oh. Oh, you're going to come too. Ah. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, there. You're right. You're all right. Quick, no, go back that way. Go up there. You'll be right. Good dog. Come on. Ah. 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 Hey, good dog. Hey, is that better? Another tide in the Kimberleys, another river system. More rocks, more mud. I call this wait a while country. We're always waiting for the tide to come in. We're always waiting for the tide to go out. These are black bream, or the correct name is sooty grunter, and got a lot of flesh on them. Very nice on the coals for lunch. Bundy and I have just spotted something among the rocks, and I think it's a dingo. I just caught a glimpse of it. It's a very, very rare black one. You only get about 4% black in dingoes. And up in this remote country, it's probably a purebred. One of the joys of the wild Kimberley coastline are these giant oysters. But the only disadvantage is they're just a little bit strong, a little bit bitter in a natural state like this. So, that's not too bad. So what I'm going to do is make an oyster soup. A little bit of preparation. You've got to open up your shell and get the meat out and wash it. Once all the oysters are nice and clean in fresh water, add some full cream powdered milk, put it on the fire and simmer it for about 30 minutes. Bush oyster soup. Beautiful. This is the remains of a large queenfisher we caught last night. And the tides carried the carcass around here. And just have a look at all these hermit crabs that have come up, having a feed on it. Just hundreds and hundreds of them. I was just getting a trevally for lunch and all these whalers and black-tipped sharks came in. But something that I have never seen in all my life, just out the back here, coming through the pack of sharks, is about 11-foot crocodile. See, he's just hanging out the back there now. And just down here, I've just got to be a little bit careful here. I've got a fish on, and I've got Bundy here getting a little bit excited. Just out the back, about 5 metres, that croc's coming in again. Damn shark! Oh, don't you bite me. Just be good, I'll get you back in the water. Right. I'll just get him back in the water, but there we are. When you get these ocean-going crocs with their eyes bulging right out of their head, that's when they're in the attack mode. So you've got to be very careful. Pull him up. Good girl. Pull him up. Pull it up. Walk back now, as I pull it down. Go back a bit wider. Pull it in, Boone. Pull it in. That's the go. That's the go. Biggest. Get up. Come on. Up. Good girl. Good girl. Sit there. Big shake. Shake. Have a look at all the fish here. I've got a hook up here. Yep. He's off. Never seen anything like this in all my life. These are bludgers by the thousands. Oh. Oh. There's that many fish down under the boat following the one that I've hooked. It just looks like one huge fish. Oh. Just have a look out here on this port side of the boat. Just thousands of them. This is just amazing. Dog overboard! Dog overboard! Come on, what are you doing? You silly dog. Come on, get up here. Get up. Get up. There we are. Here we are. Here we are. Dry off. Big shake. Big shake. We're on. Look at those fish. Oh. Ah, this is one of the most extraordinary places all along this coast. According to the old tribal people I spoke to years ago, they told me about this place. This is where all the Wandjinas, all the creation spirits met, and they had a huge fight. And at the end of the fight, all the Wandjinas turned to stone. You just stand here quietly and look around, and you can see all these Wandjinas. Look at them. All the wonderful shapes. It's a very special place. Cookies, biscuits, bread, always pretty popular out in the bush. But some of these items, a little bit hard to make. What I'm going to do is make up a coconut slice. It's pretty easy. Let's go. So I've got a cup here of self-raising flour, which I'm just going to put through here quickly. A good tablespoon of cocoa in there. And just a pinch of salt. I'll just put it in my hand there, make sure I don't put too much in. A little bit of salt. Mix that up. These have been around for a long time. Cornflakes, I'm putting around about a large cupful in this bag. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crush it up. What can I use? Use the old billy. I just crush that up there into a fine powder. Add that to your flour and cocoa and salt. There we are. Half a cup of sugar and around about a cup of desiccated coconut. Once again, I don't have butter out in the bush, but I have macadamia oil. So just a little in there. Right. Around about a tablespoonful of golden syrup. Once I've mixed the macadamia oil and golden syrup together, I add around about a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Right, now that's a little bottle, so you've got to be careful carrying vanilla essence in the bush. Put the oil and the golden syrup and vanilla essence in the dry mix. Mix it all up. I've placed some foil in the bottom of the camp oven so it can come out easily. I'm just going to grease up the aluminium foil, put my mixture in. Now that'll go on a fairly cool camp oven. This coconut slice has been on for about 15 minutes. That looks pretty good. There we are.
Sprinkle it with coconut and let that set. It'll go quite hard and crispy in about 20 minutes.
I've got a nice lump of crocodile tail here. You can see it's a beautiful white meat. Drop that in here and put the oil in. Oil all over that. And let's have a look in my bag of goodies, see what I've got. Bit of salt, of course. A little bit of salt on there. I'm going to put a little touch of curry powder on. Just along the top, not too much. Just a little bit of powder. What else have I got here? Yeah, what's this? Parsley flakes. You notice that all these are dry, so I can carry them for weeks, if not months, in the bush. Diced dry onion. Yeah, that looks good, right? Drop a little bit of that on there. Right. And what else is in here? Oh yeah. Oh, this is a good one. Garlic. Touch of garlic. Righto. Pop the lid on. Take it over to the fire. Just a few coals that will go underneath the hillbilly camp oven. Pop that on there. And just a few coals on top. That's looking pretty good. So when it's about 60% cooked, I'm going to add the veggies. So what I'm going to do is get this oil that's come out of the crocodile meat and use it to cook the veggies. The veggies go in the ring here in this beautiful crocodile oil. They are perfect. Just grab the croc tail, take a nice big cut along the bone here. This is like the fillet. Beautiful white meat inside there. A little bit of onion. There we are. When I'm out in the bush for long periods at a time, the biggest gripe, the biggest grizzle I have from all the guys with me is the fact that I run out of things that are sweet. So what I do now is knock up a batch of toffee. This is so simple. I'm putting in 4 tablespoons of caster sugar. I've already got a couple in there. And 4 tablespoons of golden syrup. And there's already a couple in there. That's the 3rd one and the 4th one. Just mix that up and simmer that away on the coals for about 10 minutes. To get the desired honeycomb effect, I'm going to put a bit of bicarb of soda, or baking powder. You're going to get a violent reaction here in the toffee. See it all bubbling there? Very quickly, right? Put it out in the tray. And there we have rather delicious honeycomb toffee. Nothing better after a long period in the bush. There's not many shops in Australia where you can buy frozen kangaroo tail. We will go in the camp oven for tea. First thing you have to do with your kangaroo tail is to skin it. Pull the skin off. I'm using a pair of pliers. Then I'll cut it up, put it in the camp oven. In go the carrots and potatoes, a couple of onions, put the lid on, straight on the coals. Blowing a gale out here tonight. It's going to be in for a dust storm, I think. Anyway, there's our kangaroo tail, roast potatoes, carrot and onion. Looks pretty good. I've just arrived in Fitzroy Crossing for a real old-fashioned rodeo. I've come here to film the bull riders and a few of the other events as well, but I just love the bull riders. And I reckon these guys are endangered characters because I tell you, it's one of the most dangerous sports that I know. A lot of these men follow the rodeo circuit all over Australia, and they spend hours psyching themselves up for the main event. And the day always begins with a children's bull ride.
The cowgirl leans back, the outside for third, she goes across the arena. She's going to do it, she's going to ride.
Did you enjoy that ride?
Yes. Okay.
Have you ever done that before?
No.
And hold on, Craig, yeah! There's time, give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as he pulls the head up over this comes out. Hang in there, Millie, hold on tight.
That was a great ride. You happy with it?
Yeah, I'm really happy with it, thanks, yeah.
What sort of buzz do you get out of this sort of work?
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline
I
rush?
love it, yeah, just
Yeah,
adrenaline.
really love it, do you?
Yep.
Yeah. No broken bones yet?
No, I'm going good.
And now the big boys take over, taking incredible risk, just the off chance they may win a few $100.
Hey, come on, Fitzroy, let's come alive. Nice ride as the cowboy qualifies here in bareback riding, steps off. Cameron Stern gets out the buckskin horse now as he goes to work on him again. Bull rider, bronc rider goes across the arena fence and says hello, folks. Gets out, stand the man, goes to work on him now. Hey, come on, Fitzroy. Cowboy calls the gate down, Mike comes down, takes a little run out, now the duck is on, the cowboy goes down. The gate down as he gets out, tough Brock is drawn up on John, Kemp's in trouble, and he's on the John, and there's time.
Now this guy's in serious trouble.
David Hopper, let's go down to Wardley. And together for him one more time.
He's rushed off to the local hospital with multiple injuries.
Okay, no more talks. The bucking horse, Robert Brooklyn's in trouble. Another one down. Ambulance officers once again required. Peter Justin Scott, 142 points, the winner of the Open Bronc Ride. In second place, Cobb the Pledge, 128. Lloyd Davison.
And after the bucking horses comes the main event, the Wild Scrub Bull. This is the highlight of the three-day event here at Fitzroy Valley, riding these bulls. The first prize to get on one of these is $1,000. I wouldn't get on one of these for $1 million. Now, how are you going to go today?
Oh, I don't know, eh?
You haven't been doing it for long?
I've done a bit.
Yeah?
I'll tell you after another hour or so.
Yeah, it's $1,000 for first prize. There's a lot of good riders here.
Yeah.
Do you expect to
there
win?
are. Oh, everyone tries. Oh, yes, that's the plan, but see what
You know,
happens.
I wouldn't get one on one of those bulls for $1 million. I'm probably a bit older than you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, best of luck, mate.
All right.
At times, the riders end up with broken bones even before they leave the chute.
The bull tries hard to climb out and he's sure it's 50 cents for Bird Newton if he can do it. Well, he gets out towards the gate. Come on, Fitzroy, let's ride with him. Well, it's a close call as we move down to Merv Wardley. Keith Anderson now, two official judges. And Woodcock calls the gate to open up. And from the G.J. Johnson electrical contractor shoot, he's in trouble.
This is her first ride, and she's really scared.
Okay, now one of our females, she calls the gate, gets out and gets down. Well, the ring back.
Why do you do it?
It's the first time I have done it.
First time ever. You look a little scared there,
I am
eh?
still shaking.
Did you land on your face?
Oh, my head.
You all right? Gonna do it again?
Yeah.
Here we go, Lawrence Dolby.
dressed as clowns usually distract the bulls, but they all got injured last night and ended up in hospital. The riders have to stay on for 8 seconds.
How about a round of applause for the Cowboy team, McKinsey? Let's go, Bullride, but now he's in trouble, man. Time is lost down inside the 8 seconds. It's a whirly. Boys, let's hear it. Let's go, come on. Opportunity now to put $1,000 into his pocket if he can stay on board the red name for 8 seconds.
Hell of a ride, mate. What do you think of it?
Oh yeah.
What did you get for that?
This feature bull ride won $1,000.
$1,000?
Yeah.
I tell you what, the judges are very happy with it.
Yeah, that is.
7.9, they reckon.
Yeah. I don't know. He's been unridden and finally he's been rode.
That was the first time that bull was ever ridden.
Yep.
How did you get to ride it?
Oh, I just put my name in a hat and I got drawn out.
Congratulations. Well
Thank
done.
you.
The Bull Rider of the Year. That's Fitzroy. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's pretty good, eh? Yeah.
How much money did you make?
Oh, 2,200, I think.
You're pretty happy with the rides?
Yeah, it was good, eh? Yeah, real good.
Tell me, why do you ride bulls?
Oh, just for the fun of it, eh?
Eh?
Just good sport.
You had
Good
many
adrenaline.
broken bones?
Oh, smashed my leg up, that was about all. Yeah.
We're heading for a billabong near the Fitzroy River. It's getting hot, so the waterhole will probably dry up before the wet, so I've got a permit to remove any freshwater crocs before they die. All right, now that net looks pretty good there. So what we've got to do is just go up the other end of the billabong and start splashing wildly. The crocodiles hopefully will swim down to this end of the billabong, and we should, with luck, get 1 or 2 in the net. There's a bit of movement in the net here, and I'd say that's probably a croc. Just about here. Just hook it up and see what we've got. Oh, he's literally caught. There we are. Oh. And that's our Australian freshwater croc, or Johnstone River croc. Very attractive crocodile, only found from the Fitzroy River through the Kimberleys and around Kakadu and the Gulf of Carpentaria and across the west side of Cape York. Hey, come on, come on. Oh. And another nice little freshie. A lot smaller, but yeah, it's a female. Just what I want for the park back at Broome. Just before I head back to Broome, I want to show the kids here at the station those 2 freshies I caught this morning. Come and have a look.
He's all tied up.
Yeah, he's tied up. Can you grab that bag? You pull that bag from there. See how these bottom teeth, look, see how they push through the top jaw there? So when you grab a fish, the top and bottom jaw locked together. That's all the net caught in the teeth.
Oh,
hey?
Net.
Hey?
Net.
What do you reckon? We're crocodile might bite you. Yeah? I've just pulled up down on the lower Fitzroy River. An old mate of mine camps here. He's getting pretty old. We're just going to go and see how he is. You there, Howard? Yeah. And how are you getting on? Hey? No. All right?
Mega. I'm all right.
You all right?
Yeah.
It's about 8 years since I've been here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we still drink and smoke.
You're
and
still
eat.
smoking, and you're still having the odd pan. That's what keeps you going.
Well, I suppose so, eh?
Yeah. Few more changes to the camp. The floods have taken a bit more of the camp away.
Yeah.
And where's the water tanks?
They're a bit further down the river.
Bit further down the river.
Yeah.
They're gone. And how's your health?
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
86.
86.
Yeah.
And you're going well.
Yeah.
What do you do most of the day now?
I do nothing, and I got all day to do it in.
What are you going to do when you get too old? You going to stay here?
When I get too old, you'll never go old.
I've heard that you've gone very modern and you now have a gas freezer.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's up there.
What? Up in the 2-story?
Yeah.
Why is it up there?
Well, so the water won't get in.
Oh, when the floods come?
Yeah.
The floods come right through here, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
And what do? You just...
I go up there too and say goodbye to my freezers.
And just sit up there with your freezer. I'm heading up to the 2nd story. This is where Helmut camps when the big floods are on. Sometimes he stays up here for a couple of weeks or more. When the Fitzroy's in total flood, it's raging down each side of this camp, and Helmut stays up here for 2 or 3 weeks with great trees and logs banging against it. He's got his dog up here. He's got his chook who's sitting down here on some eggs. He's isolated here from the outside world until the flood goes. When Helmut made this shack 30 years ago, he made everything out of concrete and these iron rods so it wouldn't wash away in the floods. We're now down in the saltwater end of the Fitzroy River, and Ben here, my old mate, he's a guru barra fisherman. He knows all the secret spots, eh, Ben?
Probably should get a couple of barra, maybe a salmon or 2 as well.
I want more than 2 barra. Anyway, we're going to be in for a good day. Sorry, mate, you want the net? Oh, nice sweaty. Oh, that's a good start to the day. Hey, got the lid as well. I think we better put that one on the ice, don't you, Ben? These are a beautiful eating fish, aren't they?
They are.
Hey? Well, that's my first fish for the day. It's not a barramundi, but it's a nice salmon. These little mullet they picked up in the throw net are perfect bait. There's a barra taking that mullet now. See how he's running with it? And that's my first barra for the day, and it's a very nice fish. Another good fish on here. There he is. You got the net there, Ben, please? Do you mind, mate? Well done. Beautiful. Another one, Ben. Where'd you get that? Just here?
Secret spot.
Yeah, I didn't even see you get that. Hey? Not much difference in size. That one's a bit bigger.
Nice pair.
Aren't they beautiful fish? And how's that for Lower Fitzroy River barramundi? That really was a great day. When you're out in the bush, it's very hard to survive without water or fire. Now, there are many ways of making fire. One of the easiest and most efficient way is to always carry a flint. See, You can drop that in the water, get it dirty, and that little piece of apparatus there will give you about 2,000 strikes. It's just a matter of striking this piece of metal down on the flint for a couple of seconds and you've got fire. And there we have a fire in about 3 seconds. How many times over the years in the bush does this happen? You're in a hurry, you start spinning the tyres, and the next thing, the diff housing's down in the sand, and you've got a major bog. But there's a very easy way of getting out of this. Now, I don't believe you should be out in the outback without a good winch. But a winch is useless unless you've got somewhere to attach it. Now, there are no rocks around here. There are no trees, so what you need is what we call a portable rescue tree or a ground anchor. And when you carry it, it folds up like this. See how it opens out? Righto, now it opens out and you bury it down in the ground like so. See how it's going down there now very easily. The large D-bolt that you use to hold it together when you're travelling is now positioned here on the front of the portable tree or the ground anchor. You attach your winch to this one here, just pull it up a little bit, bury it in, and the handle here is used to pull it out of the sand when we're finished. Righto. Now as I start winching, I've got a problem because that vehicle is going to pull down. So the diff housing is going to go further down into the sand. So this is the trick. You get your spare tyre and you place it under the winch cable. So the cable goes up here and then down, and the vehicle will be pulled up and along at the same time. Now all I have to do is jump in the vehicle, drive it slowly in low range, drive the winch at the same time, and I should come out of this very loose sandy bog pretty easily. Now you can also use this to get yourself over a sand dune. Trying to get over this sand dune, we'll start spinning. The diff housing goes down into the sand in a couple of seconds, so potentially it can be real big trouble. So this is another example of where you can use your ground anchor, your portable rescue tree. You're going to get off there? Come on, come on. So once again, I'm using the tyre under the winch cable. The winch cable's now fixed to the ground anchor, and the idea of this is to lift the vehicle. As I start winching, the tyre will move towards the vehicle and the winch cable is actually rising up and it's lifting the vehicle out of that sand. I'll move the tyre up again and repeat the process. Probably the second time I'll be out of the bog. There we are, pack it away, and I'm on my way. When you're out in the bush and you're really hungry, in a survival situation, it doesn't matter what you eat. Now, if you look at most of the dead timber, it's hollow. See that there? That means that there are white ants around. Now this one has got no white ants in it. Nothing there. I've got another branch here that I've just picked up and I've broken it, and I reckon we might be able to get a feed out of here. Out in the bush you don't... Oh yes, here we are. I can see now. Just have a look in here. big, fat, juicy white ant coming out. One white ant's not much of a feed, but if you get yourself a container of water and you can tip these white ants out into the container here and wash all the dirt and decomposing wood off them. So we're just going to shake this down here and see what I can get in the way of a meal. Give this a good shake. Come on. Tip the water off. And there they are. What a bonus. Have a look in here. Look at all these big, fat, juicy white ants here. If there's not too much dirt on them and you're really starving, just get them straight out like this and straight in the mouth. Now the whole of North Australia is just riddled with white ants. So in a survival situation, these little critters will keep you alive. Here's one here. Very nice. See the size of them in here? Look. Almost a centimetre long. And here's two of my youngest mates, 3 months old dingo pups, and they're not that keen on the water. This one here is a white one, would you believe? But up here, you want to hop out, mate? All right, you can hop out. Up here in Broome, they go red. So what I'm going to do is just give him a bit of a clean up and a bit of a wash. How's that? And there you have what a pure white dingo should look like. Just a touch of gold here on the ears. Now these are very rare in the wild because they can't hide. When the ginger ones are hiding in the dry grass, they can't be seen from the air. These ones are always picked out by the eagles and they're grabbed and killed. And this one is a pure dingo, it's DNA tested, and you are just so gorgeous, aren't you? You want to go down with your mate? All right, here we are. This is a young Major Mitchell cockatoo. What a dag, look at him there. He's only about 4.5 weeks old, just getting his feather through, and it's time for a feed. You right, mate? Here we are, open up. There we are. He gets fed about every 4 to 5 hours. It's a special mixture of muesli, Pharax, baby food, calcium, and he's doing very well. And I just checked that the crop, no, the crop's not quite full. It's a good idea not to overfeed them. Come on. And this is Cracker 10 months later. We call him Cracker after the famous volcano because he never keeps still for more than about 2 seconds. Hey? Having a peanut, mate. Hey? There we are. Off you go. You want one, Icky? Here's one. Here you are, you can have that. This is Umi. Umi the emu. Now, who's raised by a friend of ours on animal care in Broome. We just have to get Umi from the backyard here into the trailer and out to the farm. Round one to Umi. Well, we got him into the trailer. Just going to wet him down, calm him down, put a tarp on, right out of here. Good boy. this is Mullo. Remember, this is the one that was playing with Bundy. Well, he's now matured and he wants to be the dominant male, and they don't let Bundy in here anymore. And what he's doing now is standing right up to show me how big he is. He'll lean right back and he'll use that tail as a spring, and he'll come forward and he will grab with his claws and try and pull me in and kick me with his feet. You can see. No, stop, come on, calm down a bit. Now for me, that was very interesting, that fight. Because he couldn't have a go at me, he turned on his mate. And he actually could have held that other male down if he wanted to and actually rip it, but he let it go. Now I'm going to go down and he'll come down, and that is the end of the conflict.
And this is one of the best times for living on a crocodile park, is when the baby crocs are hatching out. Here they are. Well, been a great show. We'll do it all again next week. Come on, guys. Here. Here we go. Down in the water. Hey, come on, stop fighting.